friends, I am Arpit and I'm here with today's analysis. Today is 3rd of June and we're going to deal with three very important topics which are in news. First is Agniban rocket. This is a privately owned rocket launched from a private launch pad in India. A company named Agnikul Cosmics has launched this. Is it the first privately owned launch vehicle in India? No. In November 2022, Vikram was the first launch vehicle which was privately owned by Skyroot Aerospace. But yes, this is the first privately launched vehicle which has been launched from a private launch pad. This is the first rocket in India which has the cryogenic engine made by 3D printing. That are the unique achievements of this Agniban rocket. Next is Delhi water crisis. The Delhi government has now moved the Supreme Court since it is a conflict between the states. The states involved are Delhi, Haryana, and Himachal Pradesh. The Delhi government claims that Himachal Pradesh has agreed to supply excess water to it, but the Haryana government has refused to, due to which there are extreme water crises in the capital right now. Tankers are rushing every now and then for supplying water to the residents, and let's see how this is tackled. Now, why this shortage of water is there? Because of this extreme heat, there is an extreme demand. Second of all, lot of in-migration has happened in Delhi. A lot of workers are here, so that has created extra pressure on this particular resource. Next is James Webb Space Telescope spots the earliest known satellite. However, we cannot testify this that this is the oldest satellite, but earliest known satellite till now. James Webb Space Telescope was launched in the year 2021 at Lagrange's point 2 to study the outer space and the solar system as well. The main function of JWST was to study the galaxies, its evolutions, and all. And its findings are very interesting as per the scientists. Now, this oldest known galaxy basically has been named after the team which has found this, that is JADES. So, let's get started and let's look into the things. So, this is the Agniban rocket which has been launched from a privately owned launch pad. The name of the company which has launched it is Agnikul. So this is India's space sector getting privatized. This is not the first privately launched vehicle, privately owned launch vehicle, or privately launched launch vehicle. This is the second, but yes, first launched from a privately owned launch pad. We need to understand this. Was this the first privately launched vehicle? No, I've answered this question. This was not the first time that an Indian private company had flown a rocket from Indian soil. What was the first time? It was November 2022. Skyroot Aerospace successfully launched a rocket which was named as Vikram after Vikram Sarabhai. Capabilities of Agniban. What can Agniban do? And for that matter, what could Vikram do? The privately launched vehicle. Basically, these two privately launched vehicles, privately owned launch vehicles, can carry payloads up to from 30 kg till 300 kg to lower Earth orbits. So, Vikram also has this capability. This Agniman also has the same capability. Actually, these privately owned companies, they are targeting the small satellite market because these privately owned companies will be going for making money. And here, a lot of money is there, the small satellite market. A variety of space-based applications in the areas as diverse as communications, broadcasting, disaster management, climate change, earth and ocean observation, urban planning and surveillance. All these can be done through these small satellites in the low Earth orbits. These satellites are usually not meant for space exploration or scientific experiments, but yes, commercial angle is involved over here. Now, does that mean that is ISRO withdrawing itself from the space sector? Actually, not at all. These private companies are going to complement ISRO's, I would say, efforts. So, ISRO also helped here presently in launching Agniban with its technical expertise. During launch of Vikram S in 2022, then also ISRO helped. Actually, Vikram S though was launched from the launch pad of ISRO only. And see, these companies are targeting small satellite launches. ISRO is also targeting small satellite launches. ISRO itself is developing a new rocket called as SSLV, or Small Satellite Launch Vehicle, to serve this demand of small satellites. Now, SSLV, which has flown twice till now, but only once with success, is slightly more powerful and can carry payloads up to 500 kgs. Their launch vehicles can carry payloads up to 300 kgs. So this is the difference. Unique achievements of Agniman. The semi-cryogenic engine is entirely 3D printed. Now, since it is 3D printed, there are no joints, no weldings, and no fusings. The other day we covered about this ISRO also testing 3D engine, and then we covered benefits of it. Then Agniman was launched from a privately owned launch pad. This was a unique achievement. Where was this launch pad? It was launch pad at Sriharikota. Agnikul, the company, has built its own launch pad inside the Sriharikota range with the help of ISRO. So the image which we saw in the beginning was about was that launch pad only. The benefits of 3D printing. It can increase efficiency. It can bring down cost, reduce the probability of something going wrong. In an engine that is an assembly of several moving points, each joint or wiring is a potential source of an error. So all these are eliminated, joints and all. 3D printing is a single block which is got printed. Then Agniman's engine, named as Agnilet, has been an entirely in-house development. So 3D printing in space objects or space launch vehicles is not a new idea. It has been there, but it has been used for the very first time in the entire history of humankind. So that is how also, this has created history. This Agnikul Cosmos, or this Agniban rocket, or the Agnilet engine. So that is a major achievement for India. Next is Delhi water crisis. Delhi government moves the Supreme Court. The water crisis in Delhi is looming large. There are tankers gushing to the localities, supplying water to the people, and people are, I, waiting desperately for the tanker to come. This is how the scenario is in Delhi right now. So this has happened due to an unprecedented surge in temperature, leading to rising demand for water. And the next question is that, is it the first time that Delhi has approached the Supreme Court with respect to water sharing from the upper riparian states like Haryana or Himachal Pradesh? No, it is not the first time. In 1996 also, Delhi approached 1995-96. Delhi approached the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court gave the judgment, which was in favor of Delhi. So we will see that judgment also. Now, from where and why Delhi is seeking water? Delhi is seeking water presently from Himachal Pradesh, which has agreed to supply water. And next is Haryana, which has not agreed to supply increased water, because Haryana is saying that we also need water. There is a lot of water needed for irrigation purposes over here in Haryana. Now, why Delhi needs surplus water? Additional water supply is necessary due to Delhi NCR's large workforce and migrant population. Apart from it, the increasing temperatures leading to increasing demand, that is also another reason. But we should understand this fact that Delhi is not seeking for permanent increased allocation. It is only asking for a stopgap arrangement until the situation is like this. You give us increased water. If the situation normalizes, then not you can resume to the earlier levels. This is what Delhi is wanting. Now, the 1996 judgment of Supreme Court. What was the judgment? The judges said that Delhi shall continue to get as much water for domestic use from Haryana through River Yamuna, which can be consumed and filled in the two water reservoirs and treatment plants at Wazirabad and Hyderpur. Both the Wazirabad and Hyderpur reservoirs shall remain full to their capacity from the water supplied by Haryana through River Yamuna. Court also directed Haryana not to obstruct the supply of water to Delhi. Now, Delhi has taken this particular judgment as a reference this year also. But since 1996, there has been a lot of changes. Climate change, global warming was not, you know, at so much height at it is as it is now. Second, you know, the population was not that much like it is now. The population density of Delhi, which is, responsible for creating this excess demand, was not that much high as it is now. So all these factors are also there which need to be considered. Next is James Webb Space Telescope spots the earliest known satellite. And This earliest known satellite is very bright. It is surprisingly bright and big, considering it formed during the universe's infancy. Universe's infancy means when the universe started getting formed after the Big Bang. Now, at only 2% of its current age. Now, whatever the current age of the universe is, when the current, if I consider the 2% of the age of the current age of the universe, that time only this galaxy got formed. Who discovered it? An international team of astronomers who used JWST, that is James Webb Space Telescope, to observe galaxies as part of JWST Advanced Deep Extragalactic Survey JADES program. Actually, the purpose of James Webb Space Telescope is to study the galaxies only, when they were formed, the evolution of galaxies. Now, about the discovered galaxy, it is named as JADES GSZ140. It measures about 1700 light years and it is very bright. Okay. Now, what is a light year? It is a distance, it is a unit of distance. The distance light travels in a year, which is 9.5 trillion kilometers. And the total width of this galaxy is 9.5 trillion kilometers into 1700, because it is 1700 light years across, or 1700 light years wide. The galaxy has a mass equivalent to 500 million stars, the size of our sun, and is rapidly forming new stars, about 20 every year. Now, the scientists who are there in this JADES team have clearly testified that the findings of James Webb Space Telescope are highly surprising. We don't know what surprises in the future are going to be there. But yes, one such surprise right now is this galaxy, which is the oldest known galaxy, has been found. And this oldest known galaxy is expanding. This oldest known galaxy is producing stars every year. Now, about James Webb Space Telescope. Basically, it is a telescope in the space. Is it the first telescope in the space? No, it is not the first telescope in the space. The first telescope in the space was in 1962, Ariel. It was a joint, I would say, operation launched by United Kingdom and USA. Presently, there is another space telescope, but that space telescope is in the low Earth orbit. That is the Hubble Space Telescope. So we will see the comparison between Hubble and JWST, the two present space telescopes we have. But as of now, what is JWST? JWST was launched for to search for first galaxies of luminous objects formed after Big Bang, along with other goals of determining how galaxies evolved. Infrared flagship observatory it is. Basically, it studies in the infrared radiations. It is an international collaboration between NASA, European Space Agency, and Canadian Space Agency. It is placed in the Sun-Earth Lagrange point 2. Now we studied about Aditya L1 mission. This Aditya L1 mission is here at L1, Lagrange point 1. This is Lagrange point 2, where the James Webb Space Telescope is. This is very far away from the Earth. Now we will also see the comparison between JWST and Hubble, the two currently space telescopes which are there. Distance from Earth, Hubble Space Telescope 507 kilometers. It is in the low Earth orbit, very near to the Earth. It is 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. Primary mirror diameter 2.4 meter, 6.5 meter. Diameter is huge. Searching for young galaxies, young and newborn galaxies. The purpose is same. Serviceable. Is it serviceable? Yes, because the distance is not too much. It is not serviceable. Distance is too high. Wavelength visible, UV, part of near infrared. Wavelength near and mid infrared. So this is the difference between the two satellites. Now coming on to the MCQs. Consider the statements and mark the correct one. Agniman is the first private launch vehicle of India. The cryogenic stage of Agniman is developed by 3D printing. Which among these are correct? Which of these can be the benefits of 3D printed rockets? Cost is lowered. It can carry small satellites. It can reduce probability of failure. Be very careful in answering this question. Which among the following can be considered as the reason for water crisis in Delhi? Increasing temperatures leading to increased demand. In migration in Delhi. Just assume in migration in Delhi over here. Then answer this question. Fourth question, which agency has launched the James Webb Space Telescope? NASA, Canadian Space Agency, European Space Agency, or all of the above? So careful in answering this question. And last question, consider the following statements and mark how many of them are correct. How many is the keyword over here? First is James Webb Space Telescope is located in the Lagrange point 2. Hubble Space Telescope is located at Lagrange point 1. James Webb Space Telescope can detect objects in the near and mid infrared spectrum. Only one statement is correct out of these three. Only two statements are correct. Three statements are correct. All of them are correct. You don't have to answer which one of them is correct, but how many of them are correct. So, with this, we come to an end of today's session. I will be seeing you tomorrow now with more such informative news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, keep watching the videos, and most importantly, keep revising. Namaste. Jai.